In the heart of the Samburu Plains, where the sky meets the land in endless stretches, a girl is born into a world where every color, every bead, tells a story. Sunrise over the Samburu landscape. Naserian's mother and grandmother carefully place a beaded necklace around baby Naserian's neck. These beads are more than just ornaments, Naserian. They tell our story, hold our strength. As Naserian grows, her beads grow with her. Each one speaks of her identity, her place within the Samburu, and the values that shape her world. Naserian, now around 8, sits with friends, learning the craft of beading from her mother and aunts, carefully stringing the beads. Her eyes gleam with pride, but also with questions. Mother, what do the beads mean? Red is for bravery, my daughter. White for purity, blue for the sky that blesses our cattle. One day, as Naserian nears her 12th year, the family prepares for a rite that every Samburu girl awaits, a rite that will forever mark her as beaded and ready for her role in the community. Village elders and family members gather for a ceremony around a fire as Naserian, in simple clothing, awaits her moment. Her mother and grandmother approach with layers of beads, rich in colors and heavy with meaning. With these beads, you carry the strength of our ancestors. The journey of every Samburu woman begins here. As her family places the intricate beaded necklaces on her, Naserian's face reflects pride but also a hint of uncertainty. Days pass, and Naserian begins her new role as a young woman in Samburu society. But just as she settles into her identity, a visitor arrives with something Naserian never imagined: school. A female teacher in modest Western attire gathers villagers, speaking passionately about the power of education for girls. With education, your daughters can learn to read, to write, to shape the future while honoring the past. Naserian listens, captivated by the possibilities the teacher describes, but torn by her new responsibilities as a beaded Samburu girl. With each passing day, Naserian's heart becomes more divided. She finds herself torn between the beads around her neck and the books that call her name. Late at night, Naserian sits alone under the stars, touching her beaded necklaces, her face filled with inner conflict. Naserian, can I be both, a Samburu girl with beads and a girl who learns? Or must I choose one? Some choices carry sacrifices, child. The beads demand loyalty to the past, but the books call to the future. One evening, after a heavy storm, Naserian knows she must face her choice. She approaches her mother with trembling hands, holding both her beads and a borrowed book. Mother, the beads are part of me. But the book feels like it's calling to me too. Her mother listens, recognizing the weight of her daughter's decision. We honor the past, my daughter. But sometimes, the past must walk beside us, not bind us. Go to school, Naserian. Take the beads with you, but let them guide you, not confine you. At dawn, Naserian steps onto the path to school. She wears both her uniform and her beads, knowing she carries the hopes of her family and her people. As she walks toward the school with other children, her beads catch the morning light, and her heart is filled with pride and purpose. In the classroom, Naserian finds herself in a world of letters, numbers, and dreams. Yet, she remains rooted to her Samburu heritage, her beads resting proudly around her neck. She answers questions, learns to write her name, and reads for the first time, each word bringing her closer to her dreams while her beads remind her of home. Naserian, what do your beads mean? They mean courage. And they mean I am still me, whether I wear beads or hold a book. Months later, Naserian returns to her village, her spirit enriched with knowledge. She wears her beads with a new sense of pride, knowing they are not a limitation but a source of strength. She greets her family, showing them her notebook, her face full of joy and connection. The beads and the book, you carry both well, my child. Our heritage walks with you into the future. Naserian's journey is only beginning, a journey where tradition and education walk hand in hand. She is Samburu, beaded, and full of dreams, a girl who honors her past while building her future. She walks forward with confidence, her beaded necklaces swinging in rhythm as she strides into a bright horizon.